So I never used to be a runner. I never used to be a runner. Remember back in middle school? I don't know where everyone on this plane in this world is from, but in California, we had fitness testing. And when you did your fitness testing, depending on how you scored, you would get a red patch, which was like second place. And then I remember the blue one was presidential, and that was like, hey, you really did well. You're up in the higher category. I never got into that blue patch. I never got into that presidential. You know why? Actually, two things. One, running, and the other was stretching. But running, I probably could have been able to stretch a little bit better, but running, never liked it. Because as a kid, especially in sports, we had to run when it was punishment. So who the hell's gonna wanna run just for fun? Me, 88 days in. That's right. And again, I don't wanna make this, I don't know if I've said this, but I don't wanna make this all about running. The reason why I'm making this video today is because there's something that running has, I was gonna say taught, but has reminded me of. Something that we have had since we came into this world, but as we grow and grew and grew and grew and grow and grew, we started to forget it. But before we get into what running has taught me, let's keep on going with this story. So, growing up, running was never anything that I had desired to do. It was something that I avoided doing. Matter of fact, when I was bodybuilding or powerlifting, and whenever I had to do cardio, I would do everything but running. I would do Stairmaster. I would do an incline walk. I would do freaking jump rope, Rocky, Apollo, Creed. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now, I started running August 23rd. It was a Monday. It was 88 days ago from today. Like I said, I've never been a runner. For some reason though, a couple months ago, I noticed that fitness, working out in the gym, I've been over it ever since 2020. It's just something that to me has become more of a fad, just my personal opinion. And it's just something that doesn't, it was good for the time in the place being. Now my soul desires something different, so I'm running. And the one thing running has taught me, I was 4 weeks into running. Okay, so 28 days or roughly into running. Mind you, up until the 28 days, the first week, the second week, the third week, I was loving it, right? I before I started the running adventure, I got an Apple Watch. I always used to joke about people like, oh, look at them nerds. I was just making fun. But now look at me, I wear this sucker everywhere it goes. It keeps me running, keeps me moving, literally. So I got an Apple Watch, and then I also got a pair of running shoes. And the next week after that is when I started to run. So the first week, super cush, super nice. I'm yelling out to the sky and beating on my chest like, I love this. I love this. Like yelling out, like just vibing out, right? So I started to realize, especially after the runs, like there's something here. And to kind of go back, I was watching a lot of running on YouTube, a lot of people's stories, and everyone was saying how running changed their life. And there were some videos that really had me in my feelings for some reason. Like I could picture me running and crossing the finish line on my first half marathon and everyone cheering. And I don't know, for some reason I pictured it really an emotional, deep, but blissful moment of knowing, of connection. And this is so far what I've really gotten out of running, a deeper connection spiritually within myself, within, the Holy Spirit inside of us, Christ, God. So week 1 was great. Week 2, even better, right? I think week 2, I was due 4 miles on my long run. So typically I run 5 days. It was Monday through Friday to start, and on Fridays was my long run. So I think week 2, Friday was 5. I think I ended up running 6. I said, you know what? I'm running 6 miles. I'll never forget. Let's go. I was yelling. I was like, you can't stop me. You can't stop me. Just geeked. I think that was week 3. Week 2, I ran 4. And then week 3, I was supposed to run 5. I ended up running 6. So week 4 was very pivotal because week 4 came along and I started to feel like it was becoming a burden. And this feeling was new in regards to running for me. I have felt it before in personal training, weightlifting, the whole 9, all the other sports. But after over 21 days, I started feeling running. I was like, hold on. What's going on? Light bulb went off. And it's okay. But I started wanting to get better. I started wanting to get faster. And again, I'm not trying to be corny. But when it comes to running, we're running marathon. Running's like chess, not checkers. It's not a quick game. It's a long-term game. It's a marathon, literally. Not trying to be. So I'm so new to it. I don't have a coach. I don't converse with anyone about running. I just do this all on my own. This is all for me, okay? This is all for me right now. And again, we'll get to that maybe in this one or another video, because I did decide to run a half marathon. And a couple weeks before, I decided just to run it by myself because I really felt in my heart that I don't really care. I didn't start running to do races and stuff. I started running just to run because it felt good. So week 4 comes along and I started to realize that this spark, shout out to the movie Soul, this spark was fading, was almost not apparent anymore in me. I didn't feel it. And then I realized, and this is where this message comes in, then I freaking realized that, I'm getting caught up in trying to run faster and trying to run a quicker 5K, trying to run quicker miles. Brother, you just got started. This is not how this sport works. Granted, you can do pretty good things, but again, it's a marathon. So I made a point to myself, and I really want to emphasize this as smoothly as I can. I'm only running from now on. The only reason I am running from now on is to feel good. I just want to feel good while I run. That's it. I don't want to run to try and beat the person in front of me or try to beat somebody else's time I saw on YouTube. I want to run because it feels good. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to run because it feels good. And whenever I run, I'm going to look to feel good. And if that means I run fast, if that means I run slow, if that means I run hills, if that means I run long, short, doesn't matter. Because I just like to feel good. That's all I care about. Feeling good. So it was in that same run, I was about 3/4 of a mile in. I remember exactly where I was. Actually, it was about half a mile in. I remember that same run. I ended up getting the best or one of the best times I have ever gotten. And it was effortless. So I really started to think, the less I try, the more I fly, the less effort I give, the better I do. What is this? This is ass backwards. Well, what I really understand from this is that it's not about what you do. It's not about what you do. It's not about how good you do it. It's about how you feel about what you're doing. It's about how you feel about yourself. It's about It's about living life and experiencing and enjoying it day to day, whatever comes your way. You see, if I were to keep in trying to beat my time and compete with myself, there's nothing wrong with trying to get better. But the funny thing is, we naturally get better. We naturally grow. Literally, we naturally grow and expand, right? As babies, we grow. We naturally get better. It's part of our human design. It's part of our divine design. And when us humans try to go against that divine design, and when we try, we are out of our true nature. Therefore, almost, actually, exactly, turning our back to our true God self and being human. Therefore, cutting off our energy, cutting off that abundance that allows the trees to grow in the forest. No one touches them, allows the rain to fall from the sky. No one's turning the switch on, right? We have a natural God-given abundance. That's why I always say I'm a God. We're all gods in here. We have a natural abundance. And the moment we try, the moment we begin to effort, is the moment we disallow that natural flow and abundance of God to run through us. All right, let me get back here because I lost it. I lost it in a good way. I really was getting deep here. So let's fast forward to today. I don't want to keep you here too much longer, but I do really want to hit this point home. You really, really have to mind how you talk to yourself. And I don't care what's going on in your life. Your freaking leg can be yelling at you and saying, hey, I'm sore. But again, there's something to be said when you trust this divinity, right? We have blood flowing to all of our extremities through every vein in our body, all the way up from the tip of our crown, all the way up to the tip, down to the tips of our toes. We have oxygen flowing to we don't control any of that. It does it itself, but it's within us. It is us doing it. It's divine, right? So today, fast forwarding, I had 6 miles today. Today was 88, day 88. This was probably, if not the hardest, the second to hardest week of my running. I wasn't even intimidated though. I was ready to go. But, you still got to live life and you still got to understand and grow. So today was my third day of running 6. I ran it Tuesday, Wednesday, and today's Thursday. Yesterday, I finished my run and I started to feel, shout out to shout out to the man, Kobe Bryant. I started to feel my Achilles getting tight, and I haven't felt like that. And then a couple days prior, my knee was bothering me, and it wasn't like one of those things, right? And then prior to that, a couple weeks ago, I had ran, we'll get into another video, I had ran 15 miles. The most I'd ever ran was 10. And I decided that day, that was my birthday weekend, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna run it. I feel like I can run it. So I ran it on Sunday. I was gonna run a half marathon. I ended up running 15. I just did it here in my hometown, Folsom. So I had a slight injury from that. My foot and my IT band was slightly, was hurting. It was hurting. So the last 3 to 4 weeks, to say the least, I've been running to recover at the same time. So I haven't been running aggressively. So this week, my feet started feeling better. My IT band, I started doing a lot of rolling on the foam roller, started doing a lot of therapy in myself, just in here, physical therapy. And so today, like I told you yesterday, my knees were hurting yesterday, but I don't care. I know I can still move forward. Look, okay, I have a little tinge in my knee. Okay, this is literally what I do. Okay, I know after I sleep and after I relax today, it's gonna feel better tomorrow. Once I start running tomorrow, even if it is a little sore in the beginning, I know by the time I hit mile 2, mile 3, I won't feel it, and it'll be not even numb out. It'll be fine. And on top of that, if I run a little softer, it'll be just fine still. So that's how I think. And then on top of all that, I'm like, I know my body. My body's gonna be fine. I just need to take care of it a little bit more, rest a little bit more, and it's gonna come through. I trust my body. I really totally trust my body, especially when it's in regard, it's not like I'm trying to go on a trip to Hawaii or I'm trying to go to the Bahamas. I'm trying to run. So it's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna at least put myself out there and try, see how I perform. And when you do that countless times, you start to realize, wow, this trust thing within yourself and knowing that you're connected to something greater is something special, something priceless. Money can't buy this energy. So fast forward today. Felt good this morning. Matter of fact, right when I woke up, I was like, shoot, I'm gonna run it right now. Yesterday I delayed it a little bit. I usually get my runs done early. I was like, I'm gonna run it right now. So I started running, I think about 8. The minute I started running, this guy right here was tighter than I've ever felt. And I was about to say, and then I have to make a decision. Naturally, you do have to make a decision, but luckily, appreciatively, I've gotten my vantage point to the point where the decision is already made from God, from my inner being, from source. Okay, just like I said about the knee. Slow run today. So I'm not kidding you. This did not stop until about 2.5 miles in. But I was like, hey, just a slow run today. That's all right after this. We're going to finish. I think I can still finish. Just encouraging myself, just not even trying to. It was just like analyzing the situation. Okay, I can run a little slower. Okay, cool. So get this. Going back to that week 4, I started realizing that I was trying to, okay, let me try to get 850. Let me try to get sub 9. Here I go again. Am I ever going to learn? Am I ever going to learn to stop trying and start flying? Huh? So about 2.5 miles in, I'm like, okay, this is starting to feel a little bit better. Like my knee, didn't even feel any knees today. Nothing. Feet feel great. I was like, wow, look at this. We're feeling good though. We're feeling great. So you know what? I'm only 88 days into this running. Haven't even hit 3 months yet. I think I have. Yeah. Haven't even hit 100 days yet. Let's just take this first year and just coast, brother. Let's just enjoy the journey. I'm not kidding you guys. The moment I did that, I was faster. It's like when I tried to start running slower, I got faster. Didn't even notice it. I looked down, I went from a 9:30. I looked down, I was at an 8:50. I was like, shit, at 8:50? I looked down again, and I think this is the time where I was like, okay, I'm going to run slower. Still at 8:50. Shit, I'm running slower. I'm still at 8:50, 8:49. Damn. I'm like, okay, feeling good. I'm like, okay. And after this, I listened to audiobooks. I'm on like this, it's called The Way of Mastery, great book. Leave it in the comments if you want me to leave a link. I'm on the 4th book now, and it's about 30 minutes each chapter. So I got through the book, then music started coming on. And that's another thing I've noticed, bro. When I run to the beat, that's what I'm saying, bro. Vibration and rhythm and alignment is true power, is true God. Because I was running, I forgot the song I was running to. Oh, I was running to Trust Fund Baby. I think I was running to something off of Trust Fund Babies from Lil Wayne and Rich the Kid. But it had like, I think it's like 120 beats per minute. I don't know, but it was something where I can 1, 2. Anytime that happens, groovy, baby. We be coming to this groove, into the slot. That 8:49 went down to about, I think, at 8:30. Okay. So not only that, I had 2 miles left after that. I was like, shit, I'm feeling so good right now. I didn't feel this anymore. And again, it's just like I'm proving myself time. It's like you prove yourself time and time again how godly you are, how great you are, how abundant you are, how easy life is for you. It's like you have to keep proving and proving and proving to yourself to finally like, all right, this is what I do every day. So the last 2 miles, bro, I'm like, damn, I'm feeling good. And I was like, I should really slow down. But I was like, I felt like, I mean, my body took over. Like The runner's high in the zone, we were in that times infinity. So the last 2 miles, I got all the way down to an 8:04. And then the last mile, I got to a it was like what was it? I'm gonna pull it up right here because we're already this deep. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Hold up, give me a second. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Here it is. Is it? No, this ain't it. What was that? Oh yeah, that was it. What was that last mile? 7:48, the last mile. Guys, I mean, sure. Do I want a pat on the back? Fine, I'll take a couple pats. I don't give a damn about that. What I'm trying to convey here, did you hear me at the beginning of the run? I was like, wow, this might be my, I was literally like, this might be my I was limping while I was running. I was like, damn, I was thinking like these cars probably see me limping. I still felt fine though. Still felt fine. So going from the beginning of the run, even let's go yesterday and the day before, the first 2 6 miles, they were okay. I would give them like a C average as far as like my performance and how I felt about them. So I'm already a little bit down on my dick, right? Eating like shit this week a little bit, but yesterday I ate like shit on purpose because it's just so weird, bro. I swear. And this has got to be another video, but the Way of Mastery, this book has also taught me, like, if you think that you're not supposed to drink or you think that there's things that you're not supposed to eat, you're mistaken. That is not the case, because whatever goes into the body leaves the body almost immediately. You are not of the body. You are more than just the body. So it's just crazy how I can go this morning from limping on my first 2.5 miles. Like, all right, well, this is what it's going to be. I think my first mile was 9:32. The second one was 8:49. I was like, okay, this is as fast as I can go, 8:49. I was even surprised I got that. And then another 8:49. I was like, okay, shit, I'm still here. That was mile 3. That was when I was like, I'm going to run slower. I'm still running 8:49. And then I think now I'm playing music. And the music, 8:33. When the music came on, 8:05, mile 5. And mile 6 was 7:48. Not trying. The last quarter mile of mile 6, I decided, I was like, you know what? I'll save I don't want to injure myself more. I was like, I could have ran home all the way. I could have ran the sack. So sorry. Not sorry. But to kind of reel it back in, to kind of just look at the trees outside. I don't want to move the camera. Actually, I do. Look at this tree. Big old tree right here. It's about 3 stories, 2.5 stories high. Okay? Look at the beauty in the leaves. Look at how strong it stands. And what does it do? It does nothing. Because it has God, it has divineness, it has love and light into it. We're not here to figure out a purpose. Like, I thought so long I was supposed to come on here and be this, hey, look at that bird. Be this content creator and, I got to be a YouTuber. And even like, I'll be honest, I'll be really transparent with you guys. Even a couple of weeks ago, like last week and the week before when I was on live, like, I'm going to start vlog or streaming. Like, I don't even know if I want to do that. I thought I did. And I'm glad that I said it out loud, because as soon as you are honest about things, the truth will reveal it all, baby. And as soon as you're honest, your gut is going to tell you, aka the way you feel, your attitude, your mood is going to tell you whether or not you're on your path or whether or not your inner being is on your path, and you need to find out where the heck that son of a gun is. So I was a little uneasy these last couple weeks because that's why I'm saying you gotta make sure that you're up to speed with your desires, right? Something that you really, really love might only feel good right now just dreaming about it. Thinking about putting it into action might be too much because vibrationally you're not up to speed, right? And I'm not saying that was the case for me, but what I am saying is that sometimes right now, just admiring and daydreaming about what you want life to be or how you want to feel has got to be enough. Has got to be enough, because there's been a lot of times where, and I know we're kind of getting on another path, but there's been a lot of times where we think about something we want to do and say, oh my God, I got to do it now. I got to put it into action, but you're not ready for action. And just like the running, week 4, I wasn't ready to become faster. I wasn't ready for that. What I was ready though was to keep daydreaming and to keep just enjoying my journey, because I was definitely enjoying it where I was at that moment. And I still am to this day, 88. And it's so funny. Yesterday, I'm like, oh man, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this up for. Well, I'll tell you how long you're going to keep it up for. You're going to keep it up for as long as you let yourself have fun with it for. Because again, when you start to turn it into a competition, doesn't matter if it's outside of yourself or within yourself, you start pinching off that abundance, because God does not compete. God doesn't compete. God doesn't compete. So my message to you guys is stop it. Stop it all. Stop trying to do anything. If you've been trying to start a diet, if you've been trying to start a relationship with somebody, if you've been trying to start a new job, if you've been trying, stop it. And start doing things that bring you fun right now, because I promise you that is going to be the key to your happiness and to you connecting to yourself, your God self, more and more of the time. Would you rather have $1 million and feel like shit and not be happy with yourself, or have $100 and feel great as you've ever felt? Love and light to all, and to all, love and light. Forever out. Love you.